Hey, it's Jared. We're going to take a look at the Ulanzi BP09 tracker backpack. This is a photography backpack. I'm excited about it because Ulanzi, it's one of those companies that you don't really understand. I don't know anything about them as a company, but what I do understand is that they are creating products that really make sense for photography. I haven't had a Ulanzi bag before, and so I thought I'd give it a try, and I've been carrying it with me for a little while now. I did do some traveling recently. I didn't get a chance to take this bag because it just wasn't large enough. But when I am doing photography jobs in and around the vicinity that I need a camera body, a couple of lenses, some of my accessories, maybe a laptop or an iPad, this bag is the perfect size for that type of work. So let's walk around the bag really quick. First of all, it's got a really smooth finish, matte finish, but it does seem just a little shinier than what I've been used to. But I like the finish of it. It feels really good and it cleans off really well. I'm in Montana, you guys, and Montana during this time of the year is just muddy and dirty all the time, which is fine. But a bag like this is great because you just wipe everything right off of it. It cleans up so well. This bag looks like it's new out of the box. It fell off of my seat onto the floorboard of my truck, and thankfully just a wet rag wiped everything right off the bag, and it looks as if it's brand new. The front of the bag here has a zipper pouch. Front of the bag also opens up for accessories, and we'll open those up here in a second. The bag has two side pouches on it that could be used for water bottle, a small tripod, a vlogging tripod, stuff like that. And it has a strap here that you can use to kind of hold that in place. But what's great about this strap is that it also snaps off. You can see that this would come detached right here, and you can hook it into different places. There are different attachment points around the bag. I can attach this in different places, such as even doing a crisscross around the front because there is a little bit of extra loop that comes over from the side. And so I could crisscross around the front just to kind of tie the bag down or strap something to the front of the bag. The bottom of the bag also has straps so that I can carry a tripod underneath it, but same type of connection point. So if I needed to go up to the side or cross over the side of the bag, I could do that. It's modular in that way. And then of course, if I'm not going to use these at all, I can just simply remove them, put them somewhere else. But I love the fact that I can get a tripod underneath the bag and strap that down nice and tight, and it will hold it in place. And then I can use these side pouches for water bottles, accessories, and things that I need to get to really quickly. So this side of the bag, simply that pouch and a strap. Other side of the bag, though, we do have a pouch that opens up. So we've got the same type of pouch right here, but this pouch also opens up and we get access to our camera body. And so you can see here, I've got a Sony A1 with a 24-70 lens on it, and I could pull that camera body right out from the side of the bag and access this entire pouch. And so this is your quick access for getting to your camera. And then of course, everything else you would open up the bag to get access to. So we can zip that back up. One thing that really stood out to me almost immediately, even though it's wintertime and it's not super necessary, but even in colder climates, when I'm wearing a bag for any amount of time, my back tends to get a little bit sweaty. And what you can notice here on this bag is just how much padding there is. And not only is there a mesh covering the padding, but the padding is also designed so that it's breathable. And I could wear this backpack and not get a sweaty back, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have a handle here in the middle, easy to get in and out of a vehicle, grab your backpack by the handle. There's handles all over this bag, which I greatly appreciate. Handle up top, handle on the side as well. So we've got that handle there. And I really love that. So while we're on the back side of the bag, let's just look at the straps. You can see the straps are curved, very comfortable. And then there's also a strap across the center so that when you're wearing the backpack, it holds the straps on your chest so that they're not falling off of your shoulders, which happens over time. And this is adjustable height as well, which I greatly appreciate because over my shoulders, I definitely have to adjust this down a bit. And then of course we have snap clip, which I like. Some other bags have just, you have to kind of clip it into the side here. And it doesn't matter how many times I'm like trying to do it without looking because it's kind of hard to look right down there, and trying to get that strap on, and I feel like I've wasted 5 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back. A good old-fashioned clip, boom, snap, it's together. You don't have to worry about it. And then unclip, very simple. I don't know why we try to overcomplicate things. A simple clip like this is very nice, especially when you are traveling, getting on and off in an airplane. Got to get your bag off quick, put it in the overhead or put it underneath the seat. You don't want to be standing in the aisle fiddling with straps and stuff like that. Very quick and easy. And then, of course, we have straps here. We've got points here, and this also comes up because this is how you adjust the strap. But what I love is that it has this on the bottom side, and there are so many things that I can clip onto this. This little camera bag that I had dangling, this has a GoPro in it, and it came with this bag. And so what's nice about this and this little clip is that I could clip it right onto this strap. Then that camera is hanging right from my chest. And so having loops at the end of these is absolutely fantastic. Most camera bags don't have anything at the end, and so those straps just kind of end up flapping and pointless, useless straps. And so that gives it form and function, which I absolutely love. I will definitely be carrying a little camera in the bag because I like that. I don't like the camera attachments where it's just hanging out there, afraid my camera's going to bang into things. Yes, this bag's a little small, but it could easily support a small point and shoot, a GoPro, some small accessories, great little bag that can attach right here. And then I also have other accessories that I know I could attach to that as well. So these straps are very comfortable, very smooth and soft. And so carrying this bag for hours on end as I'm walking around, sometimes I'm doing real estate jobs, I just carry the bag with me. If I'm doing a commercial shoot like I was this morning, there were customers in this building going in and out. It was a retail business. I didn't really have anywhere just to leave my bag, so I just carried it on me, and it made it really nice and was comfortable just to carry my equipment with me as I went around the store capturing candid shots. Let's go ahead and open up the photography side of the bag, find where the zippers are, and we'll open this up. I forgot, I attached the safety straps. There are so many times when there are things that are just loose in here, and you open up your bag and stuff comes sliding out the other side. Whether you forgot to zip something closed or you forgot to attach the Velcro strap for your laptop, stuff just comes sliding out the other side. And so these straps are nice. I wouldn't use them all the time, but if you do need to use them, you just attach them right to the side of the bag, and you notice that it gave me pause, like it stopped me from just flinging the bag open and all of my stuff coming and sliding out the other side, which I think is a great feature. Let's start with what's in this section. Now on the back of the backpack here on the inside, we have storage for a laptop. I have a 12.9 inch iPad in here right now. And so you can kind of get an idea of what kind of room you would have for a laptop. I have a 16 inch MacBook Pro that does fit in here, but it is a tight fit in this bag. So anything bigger than that, if you had like a bigger gaming type laptop, might be a little bit of a struggle to get it in here. But typically when I'm doing shoots, I will be carrying a 12.9 inch iPad Pro with me, because if I need to load anything quickly on there, it's fast and easy just to load it onto the iPad, put a quick edit on a photo to show the client, or if I have a little bit of time, edit some photos, respond to some emails or whatever. The iPad works out really well for that. So the iPad fits in there well. A laptop does as well, but probably like a 13, 14 inch laptop would be most ideal in this pouch right here. We also have zipper pouches, which are mesh, and they are a little bit hard to see through. I can kind of see through them. If you put a bunch of stuff in these pouches, sometimes you just have to open them to see what's in there because it is a little bit tricky. I know that my SD card reader is here, my lens pin is here, and probably some batteries, but I can't really see through these. Another issue with these is that due to the depth of the backpack, it's not a super deep backpack. And so if I put too much in these pouches, and there's room for stuff, and then I try to close the backpack, things are hitting the cameras and the lenses. And I don't like hard plastic things that are in this section hitting cameras and lenses and being squished together. Due to the depth of this backpack, you can't really put much that's too thick in these pouches when you have full-size lenses and cameras in this section, because they will hit each other. I just don't want those things rubbing against each other, even though I feel like they probably aren't. They're pressing against each other, and I don't like that. If the backpack was to fall, a little bit of a hit would slam one of these things into the other, and I don't know, something would break, and I just don't like it. So I do wish that this backpack was maybe just a little bit deeper, giving a little bit more room, maybe more of a raised edge here so that this could lay closed. I really wanted to have my Comica wireless mic set in this pouch, but when it was in this pouch, that's thick enough, it's pressing against the lens, and I just didn't like that. And so I decided instead just to put it over here, which is fine. There's plenty of storage for it, but I wish that there was the ability to put a little bit more in these pouches, because I feel like probably the best use for these pouches are just small cords and cables and things that are really thin. Even putting the batteries in here is probably a bit much because these lenses are a bit taller. So if you have taller lenses, bigger lenses, and stuff that you're going to put in this section of the bag, you might lose a little bit of storage out of these pouches. But I'm glad that the pouches are there and that they do exist because they're working out really well. Let's move to the main portion of the bag here and see what we've got. We've got the camera body, which was accessible from this side pouch, and so we can open up that side pouch and get access right there. Really good. And one thing that I forgot to mention when we were looking at that side pouch is that the side pouch also has a pouch in and of itself, and you could put batteries and stuff like that in here. And so you can see I've got a battery right here, which is awesome. A little battery stored in the side pouch. There's room for batteries, and so that is really nice just to store batteries, maybe an extra SD card or something like that in the little side pouch. Absolutely great. We have a flash. We've got the flash transmitter, the wireless mic set, 2 lenses here, and a 3rd lens here. What's great is that there's also a strap for this lens, and it's a Velcro strap. So it's not the easiest and maybe the strongest strap. That lens, it took a lot for me to pull on that lens and perhaps pop the lens out of the bag. And so it's a nice fail-safe, because if your bag opens, or maybe it's partially opened, it gets tipped over, you have these catch straps in place, and you also have this strap here. It's going to save some of your equipment. Really good of them to think about putting some of those in this bag. Now, typically in most bags that I carry, bigger bags, my lenses are not going to be on their side like this unless they're a bigger lens. I would want maybe my lens to be standing straight up and down so it doesn't take up as much space. But in a bag like this with bigger lenses like this 50mm G Master, they're going to have to lay on their side, and that's okay. I do like how well everything fits in this bag. And of course, all of this stuff is Velcro and can be relocated and readjusted based on the size of your bag. And so we also have one strap right here, Velcro strap. Then we also have one here that kind of flips down. And so this one flips up or down depending on the shape and the size of the gear that you're putting in there. You can adjust that. Same thing over on this side. Good storage. I mean, for a day shoot, I'm going out and shooting whatever it is for the day, real estate, landscapes, whatever I'm going out to shoot. This bag is very sufficient and has plenty of storage room for all of my things. Now we need to go over to the front of the bag and take a look at the front of the bag, because there's more storage on the front, and we will open up the front storage pouch here on the side. So let's go ahead and open up that front storage pouch. What I love about this pouch is it's full length. So it's not full width, but it is full length. So you could fit something good size in there, which is great. But the thing is, it could really feel everything that I have stored in here. And so that robs from a little bit of this storage space. And so I probably wouldn't put anything too rigid in here, because if the backpack took a hit from this side, it would be hitting it down into the things that are behind this section. And so I probably wouldn't put anything too crazy in this part of the bag. If I was traveling with this bag, that's definitely where I would put my wallet, my phone, and stuff like that when I went through security, and anything easily accessible that I would put in here. Perhaps maybe even a Kindle, which is something that I do have in here. Kindle reader, very cool, because I could just pop that right out. Easily accessible storage on backside of the bag. Then if we open up this section of the bag, we get a lot of additional storage. And it's like, I don't know if the right word is gusseted here or supported, so that this just doesn't go flapping back all the way. So it does kind of support itself, which is nice, because typically if you're going to be accessing this part of the bag, you're probably going to be accessing it while it's standing up. And so I like that they thought about this and it doesn't just flap down and hit the ground. Most of my other bags do that. This is just going to lay on the ground and get all dirty, and I don't want that portion of the bag getting dirty. So we've got lots of storage down in here, pretty thick storage. I thought that I would be able to put the iPad in here, but because I have some other things up here, the iPad just didn't fit well in this section. But what I could do is put an iPad mini in here, fits very well, and then an iPad mini keyboard as well, folding keyboard, plop that right down in there, and that's all going to fit really nice. So plenty of storage in this section. And we've got a zipper pouch right here, which is a place for me to put cables. This is the pouch I was feeling the things in the outer storage of the bag. When I was feeling around in that pouch and I felt the accessories, that's the accessories that I was feeling, were these cables. And then I also have the big charging brick for my MacBook Pro that's in here. And so it's a good place to put those. That's a good location for them. But again, due to the thickness of the bag, you kind of feel some of the accessories through the different sides of the bag. Up here, we've got storage for accessories. I have a couple of SSDs here, some batteries, a lens cap. We have another storage pouch down here. But as I put items down here, then I lost storage space down in the base of this bag. And so you really have to think strategically with this bag when you are putting things in all the different places. Because if you put things that are a bit too thick, like I've got these two SSDs on top of each other here, that's pressing out into the bag a little bit. And if I had the iPad in there, so as I close this bag, it's going to press the iPad up against that. It's really going to apply a lot of pressure against the iPad and these SSDs here. And so I would really want to think through how I put stuff in this bag, because I don't want things rubbing up against each other. That's wear and tear and potential breakage. And I just don't want to experience that with any of my stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and close up this bag, zip it up all the way around. Like so. You may have noticed at the beginning of this video, this bag is standing up on its own. For me, that's super important. When I go and set my bag down, most of the time my bag is tipping over. This bag is very sturdy. You can see I'm rocking it around. Most other camera bags that I have do not do this. They do not sit this well. And so being that this bag is kind of tighter knit, everything doesn't have a ton of space inside of there. But the way that they design this bag is so that everything is nice and sleek and form-fitting, and the bag stands up on its own. And for that, I give it an A+ immediately, just because it stands up, guys. I don't know why I'm so excited about that. But overall, I'm really liking this bag. There are some things that I don't like, as I mentioned. Just not a lot of room. I'm used to carrying lots of accessories and things with me. And sometimes that means packing some of those pouches full of accessories. And I'm just not going to be able to do that in this bag. I have to be much more mindful with the things that I bring and how I'm going to pack them. But that's probably good for me, because I tend to bring way too many things with me that I just absolutely don't need. So I have to say, this bag impressed me. Lots of good reviews online for it, and it's definitely become my go-to bag for day trips, photography jobs that only last maybe a couple of hours. I don't need a ton of stuff to carry with me. It's a smaller bag, it feels good, it's comfortable, it contains and carries everything that I need, and for that, I have to say I think Ulanzi hit it out of the park. So that's going to do it for this review. I have to say this bag definitely surprised me. I think it's a great bag, definitely good value for the money, and once again, it stands up on its own. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. I've got links to this bag and a few other accessories you might find useful in the description below. Make sure to check out those links to see pricing and availability on the bag. And of course, clicking those links helps support the channel. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you back in another one soon. Take care.